Today, you'll learn the English expression add up. Hi, I'm Jeff, and this is Plain English, episode 856. The full lesson is at plainenglish.com/856. We first used this expression in a story about duty-free shopping. Those are the stores that you see in international airports, and they sell luxury goods at low prices. The reason they're so cheap is that international travelers don't have to pay certain taxes. But in a regular store, all those taxes, import duties, national taxes, local taxes, they can add up to about 30% of the price of a product. So that's how we first heard the English expression add up in plain English. Now let's talk some more about how you can use it. Before we start today's story, I'd just like to remind you that the podcast is just one part of how we can help you upgrade your English skills. At plainenglish.com, you can make faster progress with active learning strategies. You can take quizzes, do activities, listen to the fast version of the audio, watch video workshops, practice what you learn, and even join a live call with JR and me. It's all about helping you build your skills to become a better, more confident English speaker. Sound good? Go to plainenglish.com to start your free 14-day trial today. Now, let's jump into today's story. Today's expression is add up. We use this when a lot of small things become big when they are put together. When you buy certain things in a store, wine, for example, or liquor, there are many things that go into the price. You have, obviously, the price that the manufacturer charges. If the product were made in another country, you probably have to pay import duties. That's an extra tax just for importing it from another country. You might have to pay a national tax on alcohol, and depending on where you are, you might even have to pay a local tax on alcohol. That's a lot. All those taxes and fees can add up to 30% of the cost of the product. Add up to. We use this when we're talking about the total of a lot of smaller things that, when put together, are pretty big. The taxes and fees on a bottle of imported liquor can add up to about 30% of the cost of the bottle. One tax might be 7%, another 12.5%, another just 1% or less, but when put together, they add up to 30%. A lot of you are good cooks. I know a lot of you are into fitness as well. Depending on your personal strategy, you might be counting your calories. You might put a limit on how many calories to consume, or you might be trying to eat enough calories to get stronger. It's easy to count the big stuff. 2 eggs at breakfast, a piece of fish at lunch, a cup of pasta at dinner, whatever. But the small stuff can add up to a lot too. If you count calories, do you count the sugar you add to your coffee? What about the olive oil you add to the pan when you cook your veggies? Sauces and spreads? All those can add up to 200, 300 calories if you're not careful. Sure, every individual one isn't that big. Half a tablespoon of olive oil is about 50 calories. The sugar in your coffee, 15, maybe 25. But if you're not careful, all these little bits of food can add up to a few hundred extra calories a day. The same thing might happen with our personal budgets. Streaming services are a classic example. In the US, most of them are between $10 and $20 per month. That seems to be the sweet spot. Some are lower, some are higher, but most are between $10 and $20. Any one of these can fit comfortably into most people's budgets. But if you subscribe to a lot of them, they can add up to $75 or even $100 per month. A family Spotify account, Disney Plus, Netflix, HBO Max, and a sports app or two can easily add up to $75 or $100 per month or more. As individual pieces, not a single one is very expensive, but they can add up to a lot if you're not careful. When you get a new job, what's the first thing you want to know when they make you the offer? Come on, you can admit it. You want to know the salary or the hourly rate. Don't lie. But employers can offer some non-monetary benefits that make the offer attractive too, and those smaller things can also add up. The new job might let you work from home permanently, or it might give you flexible hours, or it might let you further your education by taking online classes, or give you the chance to travel, or there could be generous parental leave, or reimbursement for cell phone service. You get the idea. Not every job is going to offer all these things. And listen, the salary or hourly rate is probably the most important thing. But it's not the only thing. The smaller benefits can add up too. That means these smaller benefits, these things, when put together, can equal something big. Add up can be used for things that are not monetary too. If you make a big or complex decision, you might have to consider many small factors that add up to something big. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to decide if you want to live close to the center of the city or farther away. You really want to live in the center of the city because you like being near the action. But there are some disadvantages. It can be hard to find parking. You won't be able to have as much space. There might be noise that could bother your small children, bother your kids. It might not be as safe. All those disadvantages can add up. Each one of them is probably manageable, but when put together, they might make you want to live farther away from the center of town because those small disadvantages can add up. Here's something that adds up. All your streaming subscriptions, right? Each one seems small on its own, but they can really add up. So that's add up small things that become big when you put them all together. That's it for episode 856. The full lesson is at plainenglish.com/856. We'll be back on Monday with a new story. See you then. Listen up if you speak Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, or Turkish. One of the most frustrating things about listening and reading in a second language is being confused by unfamiliar words or phrases. When you listen to plain English, or when you read the transcript, you probably encounter some words you don't know. When that happens, you have a few options. You can stop the audio, go look up the definition, then return to the episode, find your place, and press play again, but that's exhausting. Or you can just skip it and be confused. That's no fun either. But what if you could see the translation of the word into your language instantly without having to stop the audio, without having to look anything up? Well, you can at plainenglish.com. For each episode, we translate about 100 words and phrases from English to 9 languages: Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, and Turkish. And we highlight those words in blue. All you have to do is hover your mouse over the highlighted word, and you'll see the translation instantly. It works great on mobile too. It really makes listening a lot more satisfying, and it's a great way to expand your vocabulary in English. The best way to see these translations is to sign up for a free 14-day trial at plainenglish.com. During your trial, you can read as many transcripts as you like, all with the translations into your language. So sign up for your free trial today at plainenglish.com.